What's up everybody, my name is Nate and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the weekly rotation. I talk about what I wore last week and I get your input on what you wore in the comments down below. Throw what you were wearing down below, and if there were any heavy hitters, let me know. It always helps me out, especially when I'm picking up new fragrances. I just put in a big order about a week ago or so that should be coming this week. And I look back on these weekly rotations and I scroll through the comments and I see what you guys are wearing, so it helps me out in purchasing other fragrances. All right, so on Monday, I wore Night Shadows. This is a sub-brand of Afnan, and forgive me for butchering the name, but Zamaya, I think that's the way you say it. Anyway, this is a take on Ombre Nomad, and this is an oud rose kind of fragrance. It definitely has some spicy elements in there as well. It's really nice. I wore this, and when I first initially bought this one, I have another one. This one is from Amir, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce the name, but this is Arena. And this one is kind of the same thing. So when I first bought the, the DNA of this Nomad, Ombre Nomad kind of thing, I was a little, it's not my kind of DNA. Initially, when I first sprayed it on, when I first wore it a couple times, it wasn't my DNA. But I got to wearing it when it was really cold outside and it was a little bit chill outside. And my God, it works so well. It's spicy, it's woody, but the rose in here is just so pleasant. And this has really kind of inspired me to start wearing a little bit more rose fragrance. This week is supposed to be a little bit cooler, so I'm gonna give Oud for Glory an opportunity to shine this coming week. I wanna wear it this week, so I'm gonna try Oud for Glory. Give it another, go around. I've let it sit for a little while, so I'm gonna kind of revisit it. Night Shadows has this beautiful rose character, some spicy aspects to it, but mainly oud and that floral kind of vibe. On Tuesday, nothing really special. I wore Armani Code Parfum. I just love this stuff so much. It's so great. It's very fresh, lively, and just easy to wear. Just a perfect everyday kind of fragrance. If it was up to me, this would be one of the fragrances I keep for the rest of my life. I should do that video. 10 fragrances that I would keep, that I love enough to keep for the rest of my life. I'm gonna record that. Anyway, Armani Code would be on it. Armani Code Parfum. I wore another Armani Code this week, so it was kind of an Armani Code kind of week. All right, then on Wednesday, I wore this fragrance, Vetiver Sensual. This stuff is just my favorite. Gosh, it's a vetiver take on a fresh kind of DNA. It's got the fresh citrus kind of thing. There's a pink pepper nuance in here, and the vetiver is ever so present. So this stuff is so fantastic. It's fresh, it's peppery, it's lively, it's a little sweet floral, and the sweetness is like coming from like a citrus, so it's a citrus sweet floral kind of thing going on in here. Mancera is known for having their florals and stuff, so it doesn't really shock me at that, but I really love this stuff. It's one of my favorite Manceras of all time. Seriously is. I just ordered another Mancera, should be here tomorrow, hopefully. All right, then on Thursday, I wore Odyssey Homme Eau de Parfum. This is from Armaf, and I got a comment from my previous video that I did of this fragrance, and it inspired me to wear it. So one of the comments said that it didn't really smell like Tom Ford Noir Extreme or Dior Homme Intense, and so I got to wearing it, and I'm just spraying it on my hand because I want to kind of revisit it. And this one has a synthetic sharpness at the top. It definitely does. It's almost like a dry vanilla, but it's a sharp kind of synthetic kind of smell in the top. Once that disappears and once that kind of vanishes, it does become a really sexy scent, really spicy, and it still stays true to the whole Tom Ford Noir Extreme mixed with Dior Homme Intense, and a little bit of something else that I can't really put my finger on right now. But it's super spicy, a lot of great vanillas in here, and it's got this like beautiful kind of sophistication behind it. The notes are just vanilla, amber, spicy notes, iris, more vanilla, leather, and jasmine. It definitely has like the Tom Ford kind of thing going on, and it's like mixed with the Dior Homme Intense kind of thing. But it really is its own scent. It really has its own character. It's got kind of a sharp synthetic kind of nature to it, but that kind of vanishes after the first like 20 minutes. And then it just really nice amber vanilla kind of fragrance. Very spicy dominant though. But man, this is such a sexy fragrance for like a date or going out in the, you know, cool time, fall time. Winter time is perfect for this as well. You know, it's just a great fragrance. Definitely sexy though. It definitely, like, regardless of the Tom Ford, I wouldn't pick this one up if you're looking for a Tom Ford Extreme cologne or a Dior Homme Intense cologne. Do not buy this for that specific reason. Honestly, if you bought this one, look at it as you're buying a original take or original formula, not necessarily a clone. Because if you're looking for a clone of Noir Extreme, you're gonna be disappointed. If you're looking for a clone of Dior Homme Intense, you're gonna be disappointed. So if you get this one, just tame your expectations in terms of a clone. This one is a mix of both of those, almost to the point where it's its own fragrance, really. All right, then on Friday, I wore Armani Code Cologne. I really didn't know what to wear that day, you know, so I was kind of like rushing out the door. I was a little behind that day, so I was looking at my fragrance collection and I saw Armani Code Parfum sitting on my desk. And then I was just like, I'm just gonna wear Cologne because that is a great fragrance. Good stuff. You know, it's fresh and clean, mandarin orange. It's got this coumarin, tonka bean kind of thing, like the Armani Code DNA always kind of strives to be, but you know, it's just fresh, clean, and a little powdery, and it's just fantastic stuff. And then on Saturday, I wore Hawass. This is just an amazing fragrance. Fresh, clean, and fresh. It's got a playful edge to it. Other than being fresh and clean, it's got a sweet aspect too, and it's very powerful. It's potent. A lot of people don't. This is like the most controversial fragrance, I think, on the internet as far as, you know, longevity and performance, you know, because some people say that they get like insane beast mode with it. I'm kind of like in that group, but then there's some people who say they only get like 20 minutes with it. So it's, man, it's really skewed. It is so like one way or the other. Honestly, and this is just a theory, but I think that there's so many fakes going around of Hawass, like actual like fake companies making versions of Hawass, that it's, people are buying the fake ones and then not getting good performance with those and complaining, thinking that it's at the actual one. Because I know there's like juice color differences and stuff. This is just theory, but that's kind of what I'm picking up. Anyway, I get great performance from it. I get no less than 10 hours with it. I usually wear Hawass when I need a fragrance to last me quite some time. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But I mean, other people strongly disagree. The camp that only lasts 20 minutes. All right, then today on Sunday, I'm wearing Terre de Mez Eau Gevrey. This is a fresh, clean amazingness. This is heavy in the grapefruit category. So it's got a grapefruit and it's also got like an earthy kind of vetiver in there, but it's kind of really laying low. It's mainly a fresh and clean Hedione, a lot of freshness, a lot of like floral aspects to balance it out, but mainly that pamplemousse. It's like a grapefruit bomb, as I would say. I think that this one is great. The only downside I would see with this one is from just briefly being on the internet and talking about fragrances and, you know, looking at forums and discussing with people, is grapefruit has a sour smell to it to a lot of people. You know, I don't really think so, but that seems to be the overarching thing, that a lot of people think that grapefruit comes across very sour and kind of like bitter sour, if that makes sense. That's the only reason I wouldn't say that this one is like a blind buy safe, but then again, it's a designer fragrance. I mean, built for the masses. Anyway, I love it. I'm getting sidetracked here. I love it. I really do. It's fresh, it's clean. Anyway, great week, and it was a great month. January was the biggest month I've ever had on the YouTube channel here. I decided to start going daily. I don't know if you guys have noticed it all, but I've been trying to keep up to date with being daily uploads. It's definitely a monumental task, given that I work full time, but I'm really seeing some good results with it, so I want to keep it going. This month in February, I'm really excited. I got a ticket for Florida. I'm gonna be going out there for work opportunities. opportunity and possibly moving to Florida this coming summer-ish time, spring, summer-ish time. Really hoping that that goes through. I'd love to kind of change my atmosphere, change my environment. I think it's long overdue. But who knows, fingers crossed, but you know, everything's up in the air. Life changes, you can't, nothing is guaranteed. Everything kind of shifts and bends and molds and morphs. It's just life. It seems like the more plans you put into place, the less things work out. So stop planning and just start living and start experiencing life. Let it unfold around you. You can't control it. There's no need to worry about it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.